Welcome back to another Overwatch League news video. Another Valiant boy is back in the league. Kai, formerly known as KSP, has officially joined the Atlanta Reign. Another rumor has officially come true. So, in general, very nice pickup for this Atlanta team, because Kai was easily one of the strongest hits game players of Season 3. It goes without saying by how much he carried the Valiant last year. This man is deadly. He's the guy everybody expected to find a new team almost instantly. It was pretty much a given. When you invest resources into this guy, he dominates. He was a sensation on Widowmaker, McCree, and Ashe. Kai absolutely gives this team some well-needed consistency. The players can only do so much when the coaching is kind of making a bunch of mistakes, but Kai should be able to help this team stay in more games. The funny thing is, the Atlanta DPS line was already seen as the strong point of their roster before Kai even joined. Edison and Pelican are the two players who stood out the most, so now this kind of gives them a pretty deadly looking trio on paper. It's honestly a very similar system to the Valiant DPS from last year. Kai primarily plays the traditional hitscan characters, Edison becomes their Shax, who probably plays a lot of the Tracer and Reaper, then Pelican becomes KSF, who kind of handles the various projectile heroes, and maybe some Sombra. Everybody has their own specialties, and nobody really has to worry too much about playing outside of their comfort zone. There's a lot of potential on what this DPS line could do. It gives Atlanta Reign fans something to actually feel excited about when they watch their team this year. But it's very critical to not get overexcited. Kai might be a damn good player, but he's not going to be a full-on solution to their problems. There's only so much he can do by himself. On paper, this team feels like they have a lower ceiling than the 2020 Valiant. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel at least. Between coaching concerns and not having total faith in their tanks or supports, it could be a real challenge for Kai to carry this team to victory. Atlanta seriously have their work cut out for them. They have some grinding to do. If they don't figure this stuff out, it could feel exactly like the limitations of the 2020 Valiant. They depend on their DPS, so then when those guys have an off game or a better team shuts them down, it all kind of just falls apart. But even so, the simple fact that Kai is on this team could guarantee a few more big wins compared to last year. Think about how amazing he was in some of the Valiant's biggest accomplishments. The Reign could see similar benefits where they get a few upset victories here and there. Given how poorly they performed against teams with a positive record last year, you take those if you support the Reign. Being a bit more competitive against respectable teams brings some new life and excitement for the fan base. Not to mention that it kind of helps the Atlanta players themselves feel more confident. Kai's amazing play could be exactly what the Reign players need to get a serious morale boost. One other quick thing to note about the Atlanta roster situation is that they did go ahead and release Sharp a couple of days ago. I apologize for not covering that immediately, but it kind of goes without saying that they brought Kai in as a replacement, and it makes total sense why Sharp is gone now. But he's more than a replacement, if anything, because Sharp rarely played. It's a shame, too, because he seemed like a pretty promising player out of Team Envy, but he never really got the chance to shine in the Overwatch League. According to Dogman on his show, the Dustin Barrowman Show, Atlanta wanted him to play things that were maybe a bit out of his comfort zone. It ended up not being a good match. It's funny too, because the Reign probably stole him away from a couple of interested teams that could have gotten more out of his talents. If he had chosen to go somewhere else, maybe Sharp's career could have turned out differently. Too bad. Maybe one day he gets another shot if he decides to keep pursuing a career professionally. Good luck to Sharp. I really hope that he stays. Not a tough loss for Atlanta in the slightest though, because they're kind of just better off now because Kai is a sick signing, and I really can't wait to see what he can do under a different system. Anyway, that's all I have to say regarding the Kai signing. What do you think about the Reign picking up Kai? Do you think it makes any sort of difference in the long run? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and consider subscribing too if you want to stay up to date with the latest news on the Overwatch League. And as always, thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate your support, and until next time, this is ATP, signing out. Peace.